So I'm going to be looking definitely for him to follow right behind Floppy as the second in charge there.
I think those would be the two big ones, but also, I mean, two guys to keep your eye on Cloud9 after that would be OC and Sonic, because I think you're going to need one of those guys to step up in some fashion throughout this series. You're going to need that third piece of the puzzle. Either way, we're going to find out what exactly happens live into the pistol round. Cloud9 Mad Lions, upper bracket of the Flashpoint playoffs, and this is a double elimination best-of-3 format, so nobody's going home, but certainly a chance to establish your dominance.
Oh, it's so rough if you have to go down and play in the lower bracket and try and fight your way back into the finals. That's definitely a path that no one wants to take. More smokes than we're used to seeing on the CT side here. 2 smokes and HE as well. And just Asilian holding this, so it's the 1-4 gamble that we see a lot. I think Asilian just has to hope that he can get a couple of shots as they're coming through. They are running right in front of him, and he does a fair amount of damage. The grenade, oh, that's going to catch Floppy. That's a very interesting approach. This by no means, they're not sure they'll win the round, but it's a pretty good start. It's a 4-on-5 retake. That's still very tricky.
No one coming from the flank either, so at the moment, JT is out of position, but he'll be able to spin back. 2 players in water, 1 in dark corner, and here begins the retake.
Well, they're going to get shot surely in the back of the head. MOTM jumping up. That's a nice headshot, but he stumbles into the next bullet. Sonic will take one more. It's now a 2-on-3. Kit is on the bomb already. 2 seconds on the defuse, and JT, he just has so many targets. Even if they didn't kill him right then, he still would have lost the round. The Mad Lions with what looked like an incredible... That's the best 1-4 I think I've ever seen in terms of how it worked out. Not saying it worked out like that every time, but all of the things just sort of fell into place.
You'd expect Mad Lions to have those protocols as well if they're going to do a strategy like that. They have plans for all that utility when they come over for the retake. And for Cloud9, I think, I mean, this is going into the territory of nitpicking, but they only have the 1 player inside the site. Once that player goes down who is in dark corner, and by the way, when they come through coffins and that main choke point, that player gets pinned down. So he can't actually set up a crossfire with the 2 players playing by the grill. And that is just a tough thing to hold off for Cloud9 based on their positionings.
Given the bomb plant, we're still going to see 2 AKs and a Galil being picked up, and some Deagles as well. I was surprised yesterday, covering that game with James, that we weren't seeing even just a couple of jumping Deagle shots, but it wasn't really a factor yet. Doesn't mean it, it'll be permanently out, but...
I mean, it's mostly just fun for the memes. I don't think anyone's going to be planning strategies based around a jumping Deagle. But, in the heat of the moment, some will come out.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm still waiting to see my first one in an official game, so I'm sure it'll happen. Oh, dear. Sure find one, and swinging with the AK-47 there. It's going to be Asilian to clean it all up, but that's a hard way to get started. They practically lost 2 players right off the bat. Trying to get into top mid. Floppy with a good headshot there, but they're still going to lose a lot, and they'll give over the AK-47 and even the Galil as well. So some weapons even being picked up from Mad Lions. I think they're just fine with that.
Well, I'm going to keep my eye on it. It's only been 2 rounds, obviously, and pistol round was a 1-4, which we see quite commonly. But again, here in the second round, knowing there's a buy coming after that plant, 4 players at mid, 2 on each side, 2 lane, 2 wrap side, and they're ready to crunch and pounce as soon as Cloud9 try and take that control. Saw the same setup on pistol round, even though the attack was towards the B bomb site. So if Mad Lions come into Inferno with the game plan of saying, we're going to make sure you never control mid, this half can get dicey. So Cloud9, if that continues, their #1 priority is starting to realize that 1 player is going to be at banana.
And sometimes that can even be what part of some of these T-hubs are all about in the beginning, right? You almost have to waste, a couple of rounds before you get like a good feel. This time they try and come through the smoke down there and they just get completely crushed, but it doesn't really matter here. They really had nothing to work with, so this round was always going to be a little bit insignificant.
Flawless victory, no damage dealt, and this is not looking like the slow-starting Mad Lions who seemingly come into the opening map, still hitting snooze on the morning alarm clock. They look switched on, aggressive, assertive when they take fights. Looking good, at least initially, in these first 3 rounds, so Cloud9 needs some kind of a response, some kind of resistance here in round number 4.
Caught with the early AWP. There's something we've been seeing, at least in a couple of games recently, where teams that have good AWPers actually fail to get the AWP early on and sort of spend a couple of rounds with some other weapons. So I'm happy to see that. We'll see how much he's going to be doing with it this time. I agree, it does look like they're a little bit more on point. Double grenade right to the feet of OC. And I don't know, that makes his job really tricky. Otherwise, I mean, he's still going to be clearing top banana, so he's sticking with the point, and they kind of need to. They're also checking out A apartments, so some good fundamentals from Cloud9 in this round, just in terms of getting getting the basic map control.
Yeah, but again, here's that 2-2 setup in mid for Mad Lions. 2 on Rap side, Acor and Roy. Acor's got the AWP as well. Bubsky and Shush just playing anti-flash. One's boosted up to watch Boiler. This is a very deadly trap setup, and it's a lot of faith over an Asilian. He's out of nades at the B-bomb side, Asilian. So if there's no presence coming up mid, which there is right now, Acor, does he want to come through that smoke? Of course he does, and he's got the first kill. And now they set things up. Floppy with double, and this has worked so well. Despite the defense being set up perfectly, it crumbles.
Yeah, that's so weird. The follow-up from Mad Lions was actually supposed to be the easy part because they were being baited into try and hunt Acor. He's going to push for another smoke. He'll get the kill on Sonic. Unbelievably. Now, Cillian is miles away. MOTM is bringing the bomb over here. OC's low on health from earlier, but they still should have a very, very good shot at getting this round through Cloud9. What a great recovery in the middle for them. They were actually walking into a huge setup there, and they fought their way out. Floppy with 2 good kills. And a little bit of a delayed bomb plant here. Looking towards, oh, and yeah, he's got no way to look at that graveyard. It's so hard to spot someone there. If you have a grenade or something, it's a little bit different, but nice round out of Cloud9.
What a double kill from Floppy. He comes out Boiler. He gets the first one who's close up against the wall, and then he finds the boost as well. That is a disgusting little sequence from him to crack open the defense.
I almost want to see a replay of that because I'm so confused. I feel like Mad Lions could have swung into that mid-fight. They were very passive.
Yeah, I think a little bit of maybe confusion. They did get Molotov out of a couple positions, so I mean it's nicely done from Cloud9. But that was the question I just posed 2 rounds ago: is how is Cloud9 going to deal with this? How effective is the game plan going to be from Mad Lions? And at least in the first gun round, it failed. And now OC looks for that boost.
He knew.
So 5 on 4. Bubsky picks up the AWP, but Mad Lions defense is scrambling, and they lose another one. It's Floppy to defend against the aggression from Bubsky. Shush finding an angle, but now his position is given up, and Cloud9 is not going to wait. They're going to press the issue. He goes down for free, and Roy, Asilian, you got to save. There's no retaking the A-bomb site at this point. Plant goes down, a second round for Cloud9, and they have control of the economy.
So they found the solution. Shoot him right in the face.
Alrighty then.
I like that plan. I think it's a good plan.
Yeah, it's cool to see teams come up with that idea.
More people should have.
5 rounds in, people are still innovating with headshot strategies.
They're doing it. I really appreciate that. Not only the fact that they've obviously done some research. You're not holding an angle if you're OZ unless you've been watching at least a couple of demos. So that in itself is pretty cool. But then when they get the kill on Bubsky over on the other side, right, they follow through. They can do the math pretty quickly. They realize even if there, for some odd reason, there would have been 2 more people on the A-bomb site, we still have a huge number advantage. We're just going to go. We're going to push it.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice by Bubsky as well. I mean, you salvage the AWP, but re-aggression, trying to even the odds, trying to even up the into a 4-on-4. And he was just a little bit late to the punch. Floppy already had the angle. Nice hit from Cloud9. Nice pair of hits from Cloud9 to get 2 rounds on the board and get things started early. So, looking like we've got perhaps some challenge for Mad Lions in this map.
That's great because, I mean, yeah, they were looking pretty fresh early on in the first couple of rounds. It's always easier when you're up against, you know, limited utility and limited rifles. I'm happy to see Cloud9 come off with this kind of fire because we haven't seen that many challenges to Mad Lions throughout the tournament so far. It's good to see them get tested here. Roy going to be going down. Floppy absolutely saw that coming.
All 5 players from Mad Lions at the A-bomb site to start this round. They're expecting pressure here, and at least for the moment, they're right. Floppy definitely saw Shush at the end of Hulls. He's going to back away. Keep in mind as well, as you watch this game, we are playing on the new patch of Counter-Strike, as voted by the players. Good trades coming up mid, and Cloud9 have found themselves in a 4-on-2.
MOTM, though, not even just going for that smoke, but he actually ran through the smoke in the CT spawn and is covering everything. Some good play coming out.
Well, remember, there's an M4 at the end of Hulls that Shush can try and recover, so I think they want to hunt these guns down, and Asilian doesn't know it yet, but he's going to die. MOTM not taking any chances, not going for the knife. AK in the hands of Shush as they try and find him as well. He's boxed in. He's
very boxed in, and they should go and find him. That's a good idea. JT will pick up that kill. And 3rd round for Cloud9, tying it all up very early on here. Now, they can buy once again here on Mad Lions. It's not going to be the same kind of exciting buy. We've got Acor now without that AWP. We've got a FAMAS on Roy instead. And no kit currently being picked up either. Oh, there's one on Roy. So at least they've got that. Maybe that was the sacrifice he had to make to get the FAMAS. But we'll see. This is just a good start. It's nice to see them in, especially some of these morning games that we've got going on here in LA. It's nice to see teams this fresh and awake.
That's a lot of damage taken by Shush, just trying to jump over for information right through the Molotov, down to half health. This time, no stack for Mad Lions. They have gone away from that early aggression at top mid once Cloud9 has shown that they can defeat it. Mad Lions has backed off into something a bit more standard. Double pit and Bubsky to watch rap side, but this is a lot of early pressure. Look, this is going to force some nades out very quickly. 1 minute and 20 seconds, and they're already peeking rap side. They're already peeking towards Bubsky's position.
Yeah, he's brought in a Cillian as well, in case someone came through the smoke. They might try and boost on over, but going to be a little bit late if they do. I don't know if he would have heard them running back, but if they don't, then Roy's going to be alone in a very awkward position.
If they just march up and hold shift, walk the whole way, and hit this bomb site, there's a window of opportunity here. Roy playing in CT spawn. Smoke is going to come down surely, but I think they're going to go through it once those smokes plume. Pop flash, you could see them turning, and now they're through, and it's a little bit late for the Mad Lions defense to try and put a stop to it. Bubsky's even moving forward, posturing like they want to go for it, but his teammates are backing off. They're sticking around the A bomb site. Shush hasn't moved at a pit.
Yeah, definitely not worth it here. He's put himself so far in now that even getting out is not 100%. They did re-smoke CT spawn, so maybe have a chance to just walk away from it, but I don't know. Coming through the smoke like that could definitely be a surprise, but they were just so far in Cloud9. They weren't themselves coming out of a smoke. They were already out of the smoke.
Well, and it's also a very good read. I mean, they get fortunate, first of all, that both Mad Lions players are playing in that spawn choke point and have to come through a smoke themselves, but that is the benefit of attacking the rap side of the A bomb site very early on. Spawn side, you put that pressure on, you get the feeling that someone has rotated over, you know one's at the corner, you feel the presence of the one in spawn and arches, and you just say, okay, that's the B rotator. If we go back to the B bomb site, there's a timing hit where he's just arriving, maybe he's not fully set, maybe there's just one defender there, maybe he doesn't get back in time. And that's a very cool read from Cloud9 and a very cool call.
You can definitely feel the focus in this Cloud9 team early on here. And the follow-through is great. Once they went for that B bomb side, there was absolutely no hesitation. 8th round coming up. We've got more for Masters in play. And we'll see how long it is before Mad Lions can switch themselves back into the game. Oh, it takes a long time to get that. He could have been dead, Cillian. He's going to keep going for it. Spray through the smoke, and he gets one more. And I mean, now is where you want to cool it down a little bit, but that's an unlikely fight for him to be. I'm shocked that he didn't die even taking that long on the first FAMAS kill.
Yeah, utility usage for Mad Lions there is perfect to Cillian, the double kill. There was the Molotov in front of the smoke in that choke point, so nobody could come through to trade Cillian before he pushes down and gets that aggressive angle. That's well played in Cloud9. Back foot really early on. First 20 seconds of the round. Roy just has to make sure he does not die.
That's a pretty annoying grenade. All three of them walking up. JT low on health, but they're going to try and see if they can execute their way into the site. They still have Floppy alive, and he's been pretty good at entering pretty much all over the map.
Roy and Cillian both have smokes.
That does make it tricky.
Oh, Jesus, take that smoke away. OC's got Roy. I'm not sure if he peeked, but it doesn't look like he hit him through the box, and Cillian's going to creep behind the smoke, so Cloud9 trying to find something out of this round. A 3 versus 4, attacking the B bomb site, and they're going to wait behind this smoke, but they have to go as soon as it clears.
Yeah, Eco actually checking to make sure that no one is sneaking through construction or maybe even archway. 25 seconds, and he's going to go towards the coffin. Again, there is a smoke down there that he could maybe try and pick up, but it might be too late now. They're already coming through. 19 seconds on the clock. Cillian back here. Let's see if they can make this crossfire work on the defense. Acor will pick up one, Cillian with the other one, and JT, he was already low on health, and he's going to go down. And even if he would have got that kill, scored, somewhat unlikely that he could have picked up the other two right afterwards. Cillian with a quad kill in that round, by the way.
Yeah.
And Mad Lions respond. I don't know. I mean, it still cost them something. In spite of this great start. Nice shot.
That's a very nice shot, indeed. 4-4. It's a good passive crossfire setup in the back of the B bomb site, and by virtue of the fact that the clock is running low, they could play it that way. They didn't have to be aggressive. You know Cloud9 is going to be pressured to actually attack into the bomb site itself. And you just set up a nice trap. So we're all tied up. We're even. Plenty of cash for Cloud9. They have a strong buy here, and they have one more built up behind this investment.
Yeah.
Still a bit on edge for Mad Lions in terms of their money. A couple players below, Bubsky at 350, Asilian at 700, but looking okay so far.
Yeah, what a luxury for Cloud9 to be able to have this money. Usually you have to fight a fair bit, but he did win 4 in a row.
Then 3 of those were with 4 players surviving.
Wow.
So you had a very efficient stretch of 3 rounds there, which has given you the benefit of plenty of extra cash.
Yeah, great stuff.
Gotten that stimulus package.
They have money's already in the bank. Now they need to exploit that, right? They need to use the fact that they have rifles in this round and the next one too to win one of those 2 rounds, because then Mad Lions are in a lot of trouble.
Well, I'm interested to see Cloud9. I mean, we saw that really cool call, the timing hit towards the B bomb site just a few rounds ago. They've got a lot of space to work with up mid, and surely they're going to know that. After decimating the aggressive defense in mid from Mad Lions and then looking and being able to attack Rap side at 1 minute and 20 seconds in the round, I think they should realize that, there's some space to work with. They've forced Mad Lions back for the early stages of this game.
Look at OC. He was looking for that information jump that Roy was doing in the previous round. And again, that's probably, a lot of people do it, but it's worth thinking about. They're going to go for the boost. This is still such an effective boost, even if people know it. Everyone knows that it can happen, but it's hard to check for. Acor is really quite far back, considering his usual aggressive style. He's been hanging out at library or even inside the A-bomb site early on. And this A-bomb site is very, very weakly defended at the moment. Shushin Bobsky.
Well, this Rap side is a point of leverage. The problem is you're going right at Acor, and you're not smoking that off, and that's way too easy. One's going to cross, and that's bold from Sonic to just continue walking. He still has a really powerful position for this hit if they can do it. He can't just sit here the whole time. He's got to actually start attacking. There he is. He finds Acor, wrapping around a double kill into the bomb site. It's just shush. One nade will do it, and it's an up to finish him off, and Cloud9 have cracked into the bomb site, and Mad Lions might feel like they have to go for this, but no, actually, they just called the save. Pick up the op, and they back away. So another great hit from Cloud9, despite losing the first player.
That was even cooler, wasn't it? That they were definitely on the back foot there, and they found everything they wanted. They lost, what, 2 players in the beginning?
Yeah.
So very, very well done.
It's the power of that, of wrapping around the bomb site. It's such a strong position when you attack the A site, because you can take out that part of the crossfire that's in the bomb site. You can pin down players in pit if they aren't behind the half wall or graveyard. You can do a lot of really cool things with it. The problem is that's where most teams position some of their best players. And obviously the AWP on Acor being there is relatively intimidating, but this way they get by it. Even with just 1 loss, it was worth the trade.
Plus, there's another point to be made. You see the timing interval is good. We've got the replay here. The fact that Sonic gets that second kill so quickly afterwards means Acor, he's in the process of calling it out, right? Saying, well, oh no, he's in library, and then Bobsky dies right afterwards. Because otherwise, Bobsky can at least try and buy some time. Like, he can try and fall back, and that makes it a little bit more tricky.
It's the importance of that kill to bust up the crossfires I just mentioned, because otherwise, if everyone attacking the A bomb site is focused on Bobsky in the site, it leaves the pit player to just, be a beast.
And that pit player is Shushin. He's usually amazing in that position, but it's hard for him. He's been alone there a couple of times now without any real backup. Mad Lions saved 2 rifles in the last round. Oh.
Asilian, I think that had to have been a double nade. Down to 29 HP. Again,
not enjoying that.
Cloud9 with utility just taking control of Banana. Well done. This is a cool T-side so far. I'm really very impressed with what Cloud9 has started out in this map. Shifting the defense, Acor is going to rotate over to the B bomb site. It might be late.
If we keep playing like this, Jason, they won't even have to give out hoodies. They can just convince us with the gameplay. I'm loving it too. I think this is amazing. What a refreshing way to see them. And I mean, it's not really that it's even a huge surprise. I think they just have been playing better and better throughout the tournament. So good to see them continue that at the very least and not fall flat here against a very tough opponent for sure. They've left Acor alone at the B bomb site, and he is really good, but they have so much utility. It should be very hard for him to find a real path with his AWP. You see, I think he actually wanted to jump up and play on top of the coffins there, but he kind of fell off, and it's hard to re-engage that. So now I'm not so sure. He's just waiting here, holding the angle, and not seeing or feeling anyone at the moment. Bomb still going to go down, and unable to deny it. You can shoot through those coffins, but not this time. And it might not even be worth doing this. They don't have any more grenades on Cloud9, but no one knows that. Yeah,
well, I think they're going to go for it because they have so many nades. They'll at least see if they can find anything early on. I think you have to at least probe and see what the initial battles are going to give you. Roy going to turn the corner. It's a stack. Oh, they've got the 2. Now they're definitely going for it.
I still think they might lose everything here. In spite of the grenades, they do have 2 more smokes, but look at the boost going over. And Floppy, he'll get one. He'll immediately shut down. They know where the second player is for sure. And this retake is just looking incredibly good. Almost lining it up. Sonic, but the defuse 1 second away. And he can't hit the shot through. I don't really blame him. That was, look at how low they all are. That actually could have worked out for Cloud9. I think that was much closer than it seemed.
Yeah, that's a lot of Cloud9 losing 2 players over towards back hauls. I mean, in ruins and construction, that's brutal. That should have been the stack that netted them at least control of coffin area. Once they lose that, it gets so much dicier, and it's all down to the utility. Cloud9 used everything to get banana control to get into the site. Mad Lions still had, what, 2 to 3 players full of utility for the retake. Cloud9 had nothing to slow that down. No counter flashes, no counter Molotovs. That's real. I mean, that's what we talked about in the piss round when that 4-1 setup. Mad Lions is going to have the retake protocols down pat.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of impressive as well, though, because retaining the B-bomb site is just notoriously...
Especially in a 5-on-5.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corners. There's a lot of places people can be.
That's why I was getting ready to say, you know, just give this up. Like,
save it.
The bomb is down so early in that fight. But kind of impressive. When they get the kill on Floppy that's boosted, it also just gives them the information that there's going to be 2 people out there. You're not in doubt when you're the guy taking the kill on the top player. You just know. So, interesting. Still 5-5 here in terms of the score. I think it's still a pretty good first half right now for Cloud9. They themselves, though, are starting to run out of cash. In fact, everyone's out of cash in this server at the moment. So this round could be really pivotal.
Everyone except Bubsky.
Except for Bubsky.
Bubsky's picking up the tab at the bar. He's getting bottle service. Everyone else is doing happy hour deals.
$3,000. What will that give you, Jason? What are you buying for that amount of money at the bar?
1 bottle of champagne.
Just, all right.
But a really nice one.
And then pouring it into the sink like an asshole.
Look how much money I have.
I've never understood that trend. It's so stupid, isn't it?
Ooh, hello.
There we go. Sonic to open it up. Roy going down right away. Acor waiting for something to come his way. He's not getting it at the moment.
Not getting anything you wanted there.
No.
I don't think Cloud9 realizes there's still 3 players defending this bomb site. They've had nobody in banana this whole round, so they're running right into the stack. Perfect flashbangs, but no one looks right until Sonic gets involved. And yeah, this is them getting caught by the fact that so many players are here. And they're still both in halls. 30 seconds left. They have some time to readjust on the map, but I don't think there's any way to properly crack this open. Nothing looks easy at this point.
Oh. That would have been a gift, wouldn't it, if they could have had Acor walk right back in. Shush with a headshot on Sonic, and Acor has got a very good position. He knows everything that's going on. The flick actually does connect on OC, and he's just staying crouched to shoot through, and he'll hit him again. Oh, that is annoying, isn't it? And OC, 10 seconds. Yeah, just save the AWP. You're absolutely right. It's such an interesting part of Counter-Strike, but that is just a math problem, right? You're calling out as you're getting a, 1 kill. Like, all right, surely there's not going to be another 3 people, and if they are, they're not all going to be stacked around the apartments.
They got lured in, obviously, by the opening kill from Sonic at the A-bomb site, but also I think the big issue that Cloud9 had, even if they just sent like 1, maybe 2 people in banana to throw some nades and at least have some kind of a presence, they might have had an easier time of that attack. That might have at least pulled someone at the A-bomb site towards the other side, towards spawn, just so they could have an easier time getting out halls. Problem was, every single round essentially this half, Cloud9 has done something in banana except for that round. And that was the big tell for Mad Lions.
Nice little peek in there. The grenades did absolutely nothing. I mean, sometimes even a Molotov or the debris from an HE will make that shot difficult, but he had just had a clear vision. Good kills from OC. I think he's been pretty reliable. I don't really need it to be super flashy, even though we talk a lot about it. Just sometimes getting those reliable kills is so important.
As the Opera, it certainly is. Some would say it's the most important part of being an Opera, is just getting an easy kill like that as they run out into the open. The flick shots are great, but
you don't get to be on Reddit nearly as much, though. You get those kills.
Yeah.
No one's going to upload that.
And that's going to really hurt your contract negotiations.
Exactly. So go for the flashy kills, kids, even if it's not actually what works most of the time. Ooh. Kill, and back around the corner. It looked like that could have been maybe a double. That's the only thing that disappoints me.
They wanted the AK-47. MOTM's got it. You might want to pass it off to Sonic. He's had some good shots, and he's also got armor. Problem for Cloud9 at this point is everything is going to be pick-based. They have no utility. Just 1 flashbang that I think Sonic picked up off of a dead body. And that's it. Double pit. I mean, or Bubsky and Shush.
Yeah, if they position OC with the ult towards Pit and try and bait Shush into the fight, he's actually going to be wrapping around. This could even be maybe better.
I like this a lot. Bubsky's going to be in some trouble. He'll get pinned down, but there's 20 seconds is the problem. Any death. And look, Sonic with the AK-47 has the bomb as well, so he can't use that rifle to keep them pinned down. It's going to be tough. There's the kills. Great shot from Sonic. At least a bomb plant out of this. If Shush can just stay alive and keep them in the site, that's a huge kill. OC blind. He was dedicated, and Sonic has to do it all, but he just doesn't have the HP anymore and not quick enough to respond. Ascillion with the final kill, and they're up 7-5.
Yeah, but even them losing that round, if you just look at the decision-making throughout, that is just so good. Like, they gave themselves probably the best chance that they could have had. If instead of Bubsky and Shush each getting a kill on the first contact there, if they just, one of them is traded immediately, instead of 2 kills for 1, I think that works out really, really well. So, I don't know, 7-5 is... I still think Cloud9 are playing a really impressive game at the moment. The one other downside that they're encountering now is obviously the fact that they keep running out of money at the moment. So they can buy in this round, and that's great news. But yeah, they've sort of hit the end of their economy.
Plants are going to be important because they're losing bonus. They're at, what, a 3-round losing bonus. They're going to get 2,900, but the plants is what's really going to allow them to keep buying and applying pressure. 3 rounds left in this half. Mad Lions have at least 2 buys, so Cloud9 trying to scrape together whatever scoreline they can right at the end. Sitting pretty nicely for the moment. I think the interesting thing for Cloud9 is, with the way they've looked and how good they've looked in this half, and the ability to move around and make good decisions, I feel like 5 would just be disappointing. I feel like they're playing better than 5 rounds.
I agree completely, yeah. That's a good point.
So they have 3 rounds to put 1 or 2 more on the board, or 3. But I think if you end with 5, that's supremely disappointing for C9, especially because that would mean you're on a 6-round losing streak going into halftime.
A4 close again, but saved by Floppy coming out of Boiler. But also Bubsky taking out Floppy right at the same time. Oh, sorry, that was Shush taking out Sonic, I think, at the end. Ascillion sneaking into the corner, but they are coming through the smoke right behind him. Flash their way through, and no one's checking it. He's going to go for a big double spray down, and that's everything they needed. He hasn't even reloaded yet. He's just waiting. And OZ, he is in so much trouble. 1 versus 4. It's a nice attempt from Ascillion. Heads up play. Don't always want to go straight for that reload either. That's a shame because that actually looked like they were about to take that mid control. OZ going to go down, and it will be an 8th round here for Mad Lions.
I think Bubsky able to convert that kill into Boiler was a huge shelling point for that round. Nice hold initially. Right there onto Floppy. That's a kill that you normally expect Floppy to get. We kind of put him as a man to watch. He's having not a quiet game, but not as impactful as we'd like. 7 and 10 for him. 4 rounds straight for Mad Lions, and 5 of the last 6 in their favor as well.
They have to go halfway there on this round. Can't invest everything, but half buy makes a lot of sense. They're going to have enough money next round no matter what. This would be where you would dream of having, a great entry. They don't have a deagle, but let's make it a CC or something instead. If you could just find an opening kill and rush down a bomb site to get the bomb plant down, that's probably the best way to do it. Through the smoke, and they take so much damage. That is ridiculous. I don't even know what to say.
Bubsky's so happy at this point. He'll take that triple all day long. All right, Mad Lions, a small hiccup in the middle of this half, but outside of those, that 4-round streak that Cloud9 went on, it seems like Mad Lions has been in pretty decent control. They've had, that 5-on-5 retake was a little bit rough. They had a couple 3-on-3s, I think, in the mid rounds, but for the most part, they've handled business.
They have, but I mean, I'm completely on your side, though. I do think Cloud9 have played much better than a 5-round half so far. They've made really good decisions. They have really good entry kills. There's a couple of things that we're missing, right? I guess that's also just the caliber of their opponent. You give them even just a little bit, and it's really gonna hurt you. Up close is Bubsky. I don't know if they were looking for that AWP. He's gonna keep pushing, and MOTM goes down as well. That is such a disgusting kill. Picks up the AK-47, continues the spray, and he's got ACOR covering him in case anyone's gonna try and run him down. Wow.
Exiting B. He makes it back. That is freakish. The communication for Cloud9 just did not come quick enough. Floppy, with the chance, he just crosses by ACOR's crosshair. Two players, I mean, there's 4 players here defending this bomb site, so Mad Lions have to read. They know exactly what's coming, and they have shifted decently well. Cillian over at the B bomb site all alone again, and he's done phenomenal work. There's no reasons for Mad Lions to not have confidence that he'd be able to hold the B bomb site. And unfortunately for Cloud9, while it's a better half, 5 just feels like they should have had more.
They should have. I definitely think so. I don't know if 5 is... It's not that it's not enough. It's just that...
They played better than 5.
Yeah. They deserve it.
Yeah, well, we don't give away for deserving. We don't give prizes for that.
No.
You got to actually grab it, take it by the horns, and hump it into submission. We're going to a halftime break. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the second half, Mad Lions and Cloud9 on Inferno with some mixed feelings.
Yeah, yeah, mixed feelings is maybe a good way to put it. I just think Cloud9 called a pretty solid game there and just weren't...
They did.
They didn't get as many rounds as it looked like they were going to. I think that 5-on-5 loss retake of the B bomb site is what really hurt them. That round, if they win that, I think they're up to 7, maybe 8. you know, that was a pretty pivotal round for Mad Lions to keep their streak going. So we'll see what they've got on the CT side. Now it's all about, I mean, this is where theoretically they can shine here. This is where Cloud9, with some very talented individual players, will be able to hold off parts of this map. The main problem is going to be if Mad Lions have a T side that's very mobile, that moves from side to side across this map and can really manipulate rotations, that's where the teamwork and the communication gets tested for C9. And right off the bat, you already have an early call or an early push, feeling pressure towards A, causing an early push out of the B bomb site.
They're committed to this. Shush with a kill, but there's still 2 people on the bomb side shooting in the back. OC, he's run out of bullets and he'll go down. Oh dear, that actually looked like there was a real opportunity to at least get another kill in there. Could have made it maybe a 2-on-2 at the end. Sonic is going to be going down, and Mad Lions winning the pistol round is such a problem for Cloud9.
Yes.
Man, they...
Not that it's insurmountable now, but it certainly minimizes the number of mistakes you can make on this CT side, especially early on when you get into the first gun rounds. And I like what Cloud9's doing here. Don't buy. You go for some nades, you go for some smokes for delay, but don't... Oh, never mind. I don't like what they're doing.
They soldier on it for a second.
Yeah,
Jason.
they did. They really...
But I
threw the bait out there, and I took it. Hook, line, and sinker.
I, on the other hand, love the grenades.
I love the grenades, too.
All right.
I'm not a huge fan of the pistol. When you're down 11, when you just lose the pistol round like that and you're down 11-5, get the guns out as soon as possible.
They get grenaded once. Here comes the double nade. They're really thinking of it. Right now would be perfect. Throw the grenades.
All right.
Oh, right on top. Do a little bit of damage. I thought they were going to put them towards the wood logs, but...
Caster, stop yell.
Can't hear me, Jason, but in my mind...
Throw the grenades!
I'm still working on that telepathy. God save us all when I figure it out. It's going to be mainly directed at you about 4 a.m. in the morning, Jason.
Especially, this is the weird thing, is I don't know how you've gotten away with it. Nobody seems to know that you are definitely one of those people who would start out using your powers thinking it was for good, and very quickly you would be corrupted. Very, very quickly it would be for selfish, evil means.
Wow, what a lack of faith. Can't believe it.
You would be the first to die.
We'll figure it out. We'll see. I'll let you know when I have a breakthrough on that front. Well, that was through the smoke. Cillian just JT, I don't know, sort of stumbling into it. And instead of just going through this, a lot of smokes out there, and they're not really feeling it. They're going to go run into Floppy, who admittedly has a Mac 10, but he's also got half health. It's going to be very hard for him to get a quad kill here, but we'll give him a shot. Here we go.
I think he can do it. I think he can do it. There's the first. 3 more to go. Ooh, doesn't spam so well, does it? Doesn't go through the boxes all that well.
Doesn't he? Almost took down a Cillian.
Yeah, he almost got there.
The rest of them, though.
12-5.
12-5. That is a pretty good lead.
Cloud9 are going to have to save this round. So it should, if everything plays out well.
They don't have to do anything.
13-5.
They can buy again if they want to, Jay.
They can. It is a free country.
Are you going to file a complaint if they do?
No.
Send the hoodie back.
I'll message the uppers, the suits here at Flashpoint, and have them fine Cloud9 for buying too much.
You can't do that. It's unbelievable. But they save at least some armor and some pistols in this one, and yeah, I mean, obviously, even if it's going to be potentially a rough comeback, let's assume it's probably going to be 13-5. That's a long way to run it back, but definitely not impossible. So hopefully they can keep it cool.
Cool, calm, and collected. This is their map pick, Cloud9.
That is also true. Which, I mean, again, it's Inferno. It's hard to have Inferno as, you know, you're not going to surprise anyone probably with that, right? Everyone knows how to play it. Everyone can do it to some extent. We've got a stack going on. More HE grenades have been purchased. Let's see if they could do anything. Got to be right in front, and they explode Bubsky, and a follow-up kill. This is great. Floppy with one more, and OC. The bomb is down there. He's taking out Roy. A 1 versus 3 for Shush. That is brilliant.
I love everything about that. That was great. And look, they didn't even need to buy to pull it off.
They didn't even. Now they have AKs and a Kiligo. This is beautiful.
Yeah, much, much better. So, 1 versus 3 for Shush. It is doable. Floppy with no armor, JT with no armor. Problem is trying to find these individual fights, one-on-one battles, because everyone is going to peek as soon as contact is made, and actually no one else is needed. OC cleans it up. Cloud9 right back into the action. 6-12, and they've got an influx of weaponry and cash.
And the money not there for Mad Lions at all, which is It must be annoying, because obviously the first thing you want to do if you lose that kind of a round is to answer right back and just punch them in the face. And they will actually go for a buy here, including 3 Tech9s.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen the Tech9s?
I haven't seen the Tech9s yet.
Ooh, you might be in for a little bit of surprise.
Is it a good time? It's like Christmas. I'm excited.
The Tech9 is not to be underestimated anymore. Definitely not. They're going to be running straight for it. Are they going to... Yeah, they're going to try and go through. They run into a grenade. More grenades! Forget the Tech9s. Cloud9 have utility. Those, the Molotov and the HE combo, way too much to handle. They had the right idea. They were going to try and recreate, what, 2016 or whatever it was for us, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, you've sold me a dream on these Tech9s, and we get to see... I don't even think one got fired.
No. And that is definitely part of the plan.
That is the part that they didn't execute properly. I mean, making jokes, but that's well done from Cloud9.
Yep.
That is some finely placed Molotovs and HE grenades. 2 versus 5, Tech9 and AK-47, Roy and Shush against the world.
Yeah, very different game all of a sudden. About to be 12-7. Which is, still a 5-round lead, obviously, for Mad Lions, but their economy is not going to be holding up. Cloud9 should be able to have a really, really stabilizing economy suddenly. Get a kill on Floppy, and you don't want to lose too many more people in this round. Again, just building that CT side economy is going to be important.
I wish we could pull up a graphic that just showed how much utility damage Cloud9 did, because that was another perfect HE grenade going into lane as soon as they started moving up. And nicely timed spam, and MOTM OC going to finish things off. 7-12 defense, looking good so far. Ooh, even swapping out for the Tech9 is OC.
Smart choice.
Smart choice.
OC is at 17.
Did the dualies get buffed?
Dualies don't get buffed, and they don't deserve the buff. Whatever the buff would be, it's can't have any.
They are like the lost child of the CSGO devs, aren't they? They're like the one weapon that has just never been tinkered with.
I think of them as like a test. It's like it's testing the people who, want to buy it. If you buy it, you fail the test. That's how it is. They're just there for us to measure,
All right, well, I mean, Get Right was the original adopter of the dualies, so you gonna tell him that he failed?
I think up until he picked up the dualies,
things were going well.
That's what I'm saying.
That was the beginning of the downfall. That's a pretty shallow smoke thrown improvised off the back wall, but everyone's here. 2 ops, a firing squad. JT is going to get all 3 kills with the Galil. The Galil. 12-8.
Yeah, no Galil in that round. MOTM is only at 4 kills, and in spite of that, Cloud9 are actually doing a really good job, and we were mentioning him as one of the players that's definitely worth watching, and he could have maybe just had a slow personal start to this particular match, but if he can get into it now, that his team is turning the ship around, if he can start to have a couple of good rounds here in the second half, could be just what they need on the Cloud9 team here. 4 rounds gap. Mad Lions barely able to put together a buy, and they are still fighting for this banana control, which, again, as we've been talking about, they've been running into so many grenades up here. That's been a real problem. Flashbang, and JT in some trouble, continuing to spray there. And Bobsky keeps going. Oh, this is very dangerous. He actually picked up another Galil. Instead of reloading, they're just going to keep going for it. Sonic will fall back finally, and they're going to slow it down, but if he could have got that kill, that would have been the round. Well,
that's 1 kill, and you've taken all the utility away from Sonic. He's got 1 flashbang, so you cannot just leave Sonic with an AWP alone at this bomb site. He must have Floppy paired with him this entire time. Floppy's going to use utility. MOTM starting to cheat over to CT spawn in case he wants to have a fast rotation, but there's plenty of time for Mad Lions, even if they run into some kind of an obstacle. 4 players in Banana for Mad Lions offense. Shush is rotating over, so this is going to be the end game, and Cloud9 have the read.
Yeah, setting up for it. It's a good call from the CT side. And can they actually stop them? They still need to get the early kill. Bobsky with the entry, and MOTM spraying as they try and come through the smoke. He's at least going to get the kill on Bobsky there, and that'll help out. Oh, that was right over his head, Sonic. That was so close to stopping the bomb from going down, but now a 4-on-3, and they're trying to retake with 2 AWPs. That alone might make them cancel this unless they can get a very, very early kill. You don't want to throw these expensive rifles away. You most especially don't want to give one to A-Core for free, so we'll see how this goes. The Molotov going over did not actually quite work out. Cillian has gone down, but they're still not out of the woods yet. OC going down, there's the other AWP, and they lose everything.
Yeah, they got that early pick. That prompted them to stick around and actually fight for it. Also, they didn't really have the utility to fall away either. It was going to be dangerous going forward and dangerous going backwards. Nice win from Mad Lions. Even with Cloud9 reading what was coming and making the appropriate rotation, there was just nothing they could do to stop it. Floppy was very much alone inside that B bomb, so when the hit comes in, the AWP can't get in front of the smokes. Player in CT spawn, MOTM can just spam and cross his fingers. Still a 5-round lead for Mad Lions.
3 at the B-bomb side early on. One Molotov thrown by Cillian made them cancel that whole thing. Bubsky leading into the middle with the bomb, which is not a huge problem. They go pick it up, but still, you want to be careful with that. Cillian gonna run all the way through to that corner. Floppy can't see much. He's flashed through, and there are 2 people waiting. It'll take down both. What a flashbang set up by MOTM to net both those kills.
Yeah, they were lining that up for a while. You could see Floppy inside of the smoke and library just waiting for the moment, calling it out. That is well done. Cloud9 looking good. 5 players, 4 players alive still. Economic damage for Mad Lions would be great. Shush, if you can add anything else, but shoulder peeking and OC's going to nail it. Down to just a 4-round lead, 9-13. And Mad Lions have a decision to make with their money. I think they're going to have to save. Shush is 4,700, but, you know, Acor is low, Roy is low on cash, and I think they'll have to drop down to some deagles and utility instead of the rifles.
This is where, actually, if you're the favorite team, you could make some economic mistakes, right? You could be like, you know what, guys, we can flex on, and we're just that much better. It seems like they are gonna, you know, control themselves a bit, but we've seen that before, where you feel so good about your own game that you actually, you know, try and force the issue and end up giving it away. They have bought a Tech9 on Shush though, so that's really the important part of this round. I'm telling you, the Tech9 and the Bison is going to be the new meta.
Tech9 and the Bison.
Just wait.
The Bison.
Combination. It's the new meta will just be about having more bullets than the other team.
Or just draw. Man, that is about the 3rd time that Mad Lions have just gotten nuked in Banana.
It's beautiful.
Which is crazy. We normally think the Danish teams and their utility usage in Banana. Shout out to Cloud9's defense.
Yeah, it's
Sonic
great.
And JT playing very well at the moment. Good pick. Good follow-up. No issues this time. And Cloud9 hits double digits in the round score. 13-10. And despite only getting 5 rounds in the first half, which we thought was a bit low for how well Cloud9 played, they're not far back. Even losing the pistol round hasn't seemed to cause too many problems. They've been dominant in the gun rounds, 5 of 6 in their favor.
It's been really impressive, and you were mentioning as well, the utility over at Banana has worked out really well. Not only have they been doing a lot of damage, they've actually been dodging most of Mad Lions' grenades as well. So, a good strategy. It may seem like it's nothing, and it may seem like some of that is just all down to luck, but it's really not. Like, there's so much research you have to do to find out exactly how you want to pattern those grenades and exactly how you want to throw everything.
Well, and you also need to know like 3 different like nade lineups as well,
yeah.
don't you, to nade different places. So this time aggressive in holes for Cloud9. I like this. I like this a lot. Floppy, he's going to be man on contact. It's MOTM with the first, and OC takes a couple shots to make sure he can have a clean win. And this looks perfect so far for Cloud9, but it's starting to crumble. It's starting to shift, and Sonic misses a chance.
Yeah, he had the right idea, though. They know that there's someone else up there.
Don't take that peek.
No, definitely don't. Just wait for it. MOTM, he's probably worried about getting shot at the back as well. And there's the shot from Bubsky. A little bit nervous, I think, MOTM. Could be part of, again, the fact that he's been having a slightly rough game individually. Smoke? Is there going to be a gap there that JT can exploit? That would be huge. He's thinking about it, but now re-smoking that position for the plant and surely going to be covered. JT walking through, but yeah, Bubsky, he was well aware. And now Sonic, he's been playing a fantastic game himself, but he's retaking 1-on-2 with the AWP, so no shots can be missed. He's going to have to do this flawlessly, and I think Mad Lions just reminded themselves to not go for it. Nice shot.
Oh my god.
And oh no! What a madman! Taking down Bubsky. That is one of the best clutches we've seen so far in the tournament.
That's so disgusting. A little bit of luck, and Acor's alive at the end as well, so Sonic just straight flexing on him. That is unbelievable.
Wow.
This shot is incredibly difficult. This one is all luck, but we do love to see it. What a beast. And even our boy JT dropping some BM.
I appreciate that.
Just immediately types out.
That's fine.
Owned.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they
He's
did.
not wrong.
Yeah, they got absolutely wrecked.
That is so crazy. Who does that?
Acor usually.
A-Core usually. Like,
Not this time.
Just think about the risk. I mean, it's not that he had many other choices, but if he misses that shot, then he's immediately dead, right?
Well, if you miss that shot, I mean, there's still a chance. I mean, listen, if you miss that shot, the lineup through the smoke might be there for the spray with the AK-47. But even if you don't die there, like what you have to move into the bomb site and you're at a disadvantage everywhere you go. Then you still have to play the bomb and the player in pit, and it's near impossible with the AWP. That's craziness.
That was so cool. I'm excited.
That's what we've talked about this though. This is what Cloud9 needs if they want to win this series. They have part of the puzzle, right? They played that very good T side. You could see the logic behind how they're playing. They're having a very good CT side. Utility use is great. You're having individual efforts. Obviously a fantastic clutch out of Sonic at 22 kills, a 1 versus 2, but
beautiful.
You know, you have Sonic at 22, you have OC at 20. Those individual players are making this very difficult for Mad Lions.
Difficult. I mean, I think they're starting to keep close to maybe losing this map. Even I'm just looking at the economy. They can't stand many more losses because things are going to go horribly wrong. Another fight here at Banana being won heavily by Cloud9.
Utility damage is just absolutely wild for Cloud9 at this point. And I think the really scary part if you're Mad Lions is, as we know on Inferno, that Banana, the pathway leading to the B bomb site plays out like mid on most maps, and Cloud9's winning that battle time and time again. Look at that, another pick. Sonic just delay peeks over at the car, and this gap in the smoke is surely going to... I was going to say it was going to get shush killed, but Sonic is just beasting at Banana.
They don't even need it. He's playing like a god at the moment. 25 kills. Triple in this round, obviously crunching the last one. Wow, 13-12. Cloud9 taking control of this game right now. This has been, outside of the pistol round and the second round, Mad Lions have picked up only one single rifle round, and that is it. And even then, out of the rest of the rounds, the other 7 now that Cloud9 have won, there's only been one bomb plant. Mad Lions have only really got onto the site once, so that's scary.
It is for a team that we consider to be, you know, a tactical team, a more well-planned and well-structured team. This is dire times.
They want to test that utility again. They're like, you know what? Maybe they were just lucky with the grenades.
You could say that the first time. I think after 5 rounds of getting... Oh, Jesus. This is not great. Cloud9 might have just put themselves in a scary spot during this comeback. Sonic needs a bit more of that luck to get a kill through the wall. He's under so much pressure. Thankfully, MOTM has pushed has pushed alt mid, so he knows the end game is the B bomb site. But look at all the smokes and Molotovs. This is going to be firebombed, and it's too off to defend. They can't come through the smokes. They can't hold this. It's impossible.
Yeah, definitely is. OC going down. Oh no, Cloud9. Out of all the ways that you could maybe be put under pressure, this is painful. Sonic might not even get out here with the AWP on the other side. It's very risky. You can see the traces coming through, and he's just going to make a run for it. Roy trying to chase him down. Oh, nice shot from Sonic. Even trying to escape. This all matters. He has a lot of money, but that's not the point. You can easily run out at this point, and giving away that expensive AWP is not a good idea.
You're going to have to drop teammates in this upcoming round, and that's what's really going to chew things up. All right, so Cloud9, they've, I think, you know, you've tried something creative. You tried to push down mid. Maybe don't do that again.
I don't know, man. It's making me nervous. 14 rounds for Mad Lions.
It's very grindy from the perspective of Mad Lions. It's crazy seeing them still in a 2-round lead. Their highest fragger has 19 kills. It's Asilian and Bubsky. For Cloud9, you have Sonic at, what, 26, and I think JT is, or no, OC is the one at 21?
Yeah.
Just by frags alone, do you feel like Cloud9 should have, you know, at least somewhat of a lead, maybe a 1-round lead?
Yeah, I'm super impressed by Cloud9's game. I really think it's great. The fact that there are 12 rounds, I mean, again, if you just go back to that 4-5 they lost in the first half, suddenly they're probably like 15 to another 12 or something.
This would just be like a classic underdog way to lose it, though. Like, look how dominant they've been.
Yeah.
If you just look at the round score in the second half on the CT side on our graphic at the top of the screen. But you see those 2 red dots are just like the heartbreak rounds. You know, just now, like, you have this great streak going. You lost pistol, you still managed to recover, and then you push into pistols and lose all the rifles and lose the round. Like, what just a classic way to drop the ball in an otherwise stellar half.
And obviously, the thing that can't happen is if they start to lose the economy game as well. Not that they have a lot of rounds to lose overall anyway, but you can get chipped away at here, even if you're winning the rounds. Like, this could turn 14-14 with Cloud9 running out of money, and then they would still be in a lot of trouble. We'll see. Double AWP still in play between OC and Sonic. Maybe that's something that Mad Lions could start to... very delayed on the double nade, and it almost kills Bubsky. Again. Great. If they realize that this double AWP is really what's been punishing them heavily in the second half, Mad Lions, I wonder if they're going to try and see if they can use that against them.
JT is one of the B defenders here on Inferno, as we can see. He's got 330 utility damage throughout this map so far. Sonic is right behind him at 200 as the other anchor of this bomb site. They are dishing out a lot of damage with nades and Molotovs. Mad Lions put a smoke on left mid.
Look at the call here from Cloud9.
Don't use it, yeah. Quick rotation from Floppy. Sonic looking for a shot, not given to him just yet. Mad Lions is actually pressing the envelope. This has got to be a fake. I feel like this is a fake. There's 2 players coming up mid and 3 players attacking B. I don't know how they're going to find a way to work together, but it's not looking good so far. Smoke clears. Easy kill for JT. And now it's back to the A bomb site we go, but someone's rapping on mid. It's Roy. He's certainly going to be found out by MOTM. He might get 1 kill, but that'll signal the player inside the bomb site, OC, to turn around, and he's been great with the AWP.
Flashbang high in the sky, but the pillar did obscure that. He's still going to get the kill, and they just run out of time anyway. Would have been fun if Aiko could have made it there. It would have been a 2-on-3 with the bomb down, but...
I didn't even think about the time, I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I was
trying to figure out what the strategy was, and I think that round just fell apart for Mad Lions. I think when this is going through with 18 seconds, that's why things were so confusing and disjointed tactically, because I think they even got caught off guard by the fact there were only 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a weird strategy, so that's why it looks like there has to be some confusion, disorganization.
I think so as well. I don't mind having 2 people in middle for... I mean, you could even split middle, or you can just try and draw one of the CT spawn people back over at B, but not at 15 seconds, you know? Yeah. Like, that's so little time. Bubsky still wanted to stand here in the rain of grenades that's been just bombed at him all game long here. He only takes 30 damage this time. Look at the switch in defense.
Yeah,
Cloud9.
I was just going to say Cloud9 playing a bit of chess here. Saying, we've handled you at B with relative ease. And even that AWP shot from Sonic doesn't give away the game because OC's been playing with an AWP here this whole time.
Yeah.
So it's not going to signify that the second AWP has rotated away from the B bomb site either.
Nice shot. And it's even OC getting it, so...
Still no information.
Yeah, they just think, oh, yeah, that was the AWP up there.
Still nothing to read. It's a lot of faith in JT. He doesn't have a smoke, he doesn't have a Molotov. And I guess Bubsky has just been trained, but he is being very passive. Just tucked into this corner, trying to listen for information.
Very, very shallow peek from Acor.
There's the intel. And look, immediately, Asilian and Acor fall back. MOTM needs to get on the move. Bubsky's going to start trying to probe on his own. That is a huge win from JT, but he's got so much more coming. He needs to be careful. Out in the open. Exposed, and MOTM is so late.
Yeah, smoke is already up, so it's very hard for him to do much of anything. Spraying through is even very dangerous. They're going to go for the bomb plant here. 3-on-3. I can't believe Mad Lions are even in this position at the moment. Acor ready and waiting in case someone was going to go for the boost. That smoke is going to fade soon, though, and there are no more grenades on the Mad Lions side. At least a flashbang here on Floppy to try and do something, and he's waiting for it. He wants to set it up. Let's see if they can take down Asilian. If they can, then I think there's a real opening, but they throw it behind in the shadow, showing Asilian still going down. Acor with 1 big kill there, and it's a 2-on-2, and out on Banana waiting is Shush. They've got a great crossfire into this bomb side. Acor going down, though, and now can they get the defuse in? A couple of seconds on it here, and OC standing tall. A double for him, and Cloud9 will win the round, and that was, I don't know, a bullet away. If OC goes down, then they probably lose that round.
That's a really fortunate retake for Cloud9, and again, I mean, you can just see that entire round was Mad Lions not having the information, and this is the mistake from Cloud9. They do recover it, but as soon as Sonic gets the kill with the AWP, or as soon as he goes down, excuse me, this kill right here, you see immediately Mad Lions switch over to the B bomb site to attack. That's when MOTM has to make the read immediately to rotate to the B bomb site. Once they disappear from mid, he's got to get on his horse. Especially because JT had no smoke or Molotov to delay.
14-14, all tied up. And this, I mean, now we're getting really, really close to something interesting.
Hall stack again. Last time the initial contact went the way of Cloud9, but as the round played out, Mad Lions had the perfect counter. We're going to get it again. They all line up for Floppy. So much damage, and they're disappointed to not get 3. OC's got to be so cautious.
I think they wanted to swing on him then. You could tell Bubsky wanted to trade that. He's alone inside of the site. Are they going to be able to get there in time from Arch? It's Bubsky going down. JT certainly showing up. Plenty of time left. Just going down. And there's no chance here for A-Core. A nice defense. In spite of almost getting toppled at that A-bomb site, they're now at 15-14. Cloud9 almost winning Inferno.
Yeah, this is stunning. What a great defense they've mounted. Mad Lions have not been able to put 2 T rounds together since winning the pistol in second round. They have just gotten absolutely destroyed. Most of it in Banana with the utility, but the ops. You have to talk about the AWPs because it's been a while since we've seen a CT side double op setup on Inferno work this well.
Yeah.
Sonic and OC are delivering on all fronts.
Yeah, they really are.
And this is cool, too, because we're not seeing just like a same passive defense out of Cloud9 or standard stuff. We're seeing the halls pushes. We've seen it twice now. We've seen the stack. We've now seen the late push in the mid-round. We've seen great usage of utility over at Banana. We've seen some mid-pressure as well from Cloud9. They're doing pretty much everything.
They are. And I mean, they could have probably straight up won that whole stack. They all 3 players from Mad Lions coming up the stairs, they could have all died pretty much. So even though it was a little bit dicey, could have worked out even better.
Well,
14.
If you're Cloud9, you have one chance to close out this map and move on to map 2 and secure yourselves at least 3 in the series if something goes wrong on Nuke, which is coming next. And man, if you're Cloud9, you have to feel like this is where you put it away. You do not want to mess with overtime. For a team that has struggled to close, that would be no fun. And, oh, MOTM is about to be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, Bubsky's going to be through. Oh, he has 1 flashbang, so he's going to set that up. There we go. It does flash him, and it does bring them down onto the pit as well. He's got no chance, and Roy will drop him. That AWP's been smoked off already. This is the beginning of a very, very good hit. Bubsky and Floppy have traded places. Oh, he's walking right in behind. I can't believe it. That's almost just a lottery. That could have gone either way, but it was Floppy going down, and now they're in a lot of trouble. The 2 AWPs are still in play. Sonic and OC, they've saved this Cloud9 team time and time again. They're being called on one last time here to try and prevent that overtime. Shot through, actually almost connected, and also revealed the fact that the AWP was there. Boost over, Sonic has gone down, and this might not be quite enough in spite of everything, and a good leg shot there on A-Core. I don't think they can break through the smoke against the 4 people that are on the other side. It even gets smoked off once again. Asilian, I think, body blocking them at the moment. They might not even be there, finally coming through, but it's going to be 15-15. It's overtime. Mad Lions find a way to snipe in 1 more round. Oh dear.
That's unreal. It's just like the first half all over again, where it feels like Cloud9, they should have won this game.
Yes.
It feels like they played better. That is so tough. And now they have to run through the gauntlet of overtime. It was a great half so far, a great map so far. That's not over yet. We're going to be right back with overtime as soon as we finish the break.
with overtime. Jason, I think they might have screwed the pooch on this one. I think they're in trouble. Cloud9, why did they give it away?
Oh man, there's just so many near heartbreaks. I mean, so many weird, just a couple rough rounds, right? Like the 5-on-5 retake, I can't get my head around. The push down middle on the CT side against Pistols.
I know deserved doesn't mean anything.
It means absolutely nothing, but I know what you mean.
I still almost want to say it.
I know.
Almost.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to after watching the way they've played as underdogs coming into the matchup against the #1 seeded team.
Sonic and OC, maybe they deserve it. Maybe that's what we can take away from this.
That's what's so wild. Mad Lions, I think, is pretty much the group favorite. I think everyone would agree that they're got to be the favorites to take Flashpoint 1. And this is a brilliant fight out of Cloud9 so far.
Yeah, it's been stunning, hasn't it? Bubsky only taken 21 points of damage from the grenades this time around. I've got to give it to Bubsky as well. Every round he's been called on, just, can you run banana? He's like, but I keep getting just nuked out there. Yeah, but do it again.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have that mentality as the banana player, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you just have to understand that every once in a while, a grenade's going to land on your feet. It's not going to be fun. You won't enjoy it.
He's going to go hide in that corner, which, I mean, we haven't seen Cloud9 go for many actual banana retakes. They've done late grenade throws, but if they do it this time, then he's in a great position for it.
I have to think that Mad Lions is counting smokes at the moment because Cloud9 have none left, and I think Mad Lions is fine with being patient, realizing once these smokes clears, they're going to have 4... Okay, that's an interesting push.
MOTM, he's had a rough game, and he might be in a lot of trouble. He's waiting for... Oh!
What's happening? Did everyone, during that 3-minute break, just decide to flip their brain off? Like, this has been fun. It's been a cool game, guys, but let's just walk into choke points without clearing anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm deflated.
He might have blue screened.
It has brain blue screened. I'm just lost so much excitement. It's all over now.
Oh no.
What?
Maybe what happened is they thought they actually won the game, and then they went and celebrated, and they were called back.
What? Why did they have to show the replays? I'm so mad.
Oh, just making it worse.
Oh, Jesus.
Producers like, let's get a replay of that.
Let's get that round where they all look stupid. Let's play that one again.
Oh, this can't be happening. I mean, it's 16K in the overtime, so at least there's that. MR6. But you don't want to give them any chances here. Think of how hard it was for Mad Lions to win any rounds at all in the in regulation on the T side.
Now they've gotten their first one. This is one of the big issues that we've tracked with Cloud9 throughout the season is their ability to close games. And Bubsky, he'll be frustrated he missed that one.
I mean, I actually thought JT was dead the whole time.
I did too. Bubsky just fluffed the shot. He had him lined in and he knew exactly where he was. Probably wasn't expecting the really fast-paced wide swing. So fair play to JT. OC at small pit, MOTM in the big pit, and Floppy in the cubby.
Yeah, might be walking away when the smoke starts to clear. Actually, they brought JT over. This is a huge A defense, especially for a 4-on-5. If you're Mad Lions, you're probably not going to expect for 4 people to be here. I don't know if it looks like they're even not going to go for it. Just checking out. Falling back and making a bit of noise and leaving A-Core there. The gun barrel, though, showing, and Asilian has gone down. Floppy sneaking into it, catching one guy with a grenade in hand, and he was ready for it because he saw it earlier. Heads up, intelligent play from Floppy.
Yeah, a nice double kill from him to keep Cloud9 on the board. It's going to be 16-16, Roy in a 1 versus 4. He does have the bomb. He's got a little bit of time. I don't think there's any real way he cracks into this. 24 seconds left as he moves up lane. Actually, nobody's watching this whatsoever, except for kind of OC. I'm very confused.
Oh, well, chance has gone away. Roy obviously wanted to. I mean, that's one of those times where it makes sense to be sneaky, but
it's also the irony of Roy being like, surely there's no way nobody's watching this. Like if you just keep moving forward, he might realize that if he watches it back, but. He would have had at least 1 free kill on the bomb site, maybe a free kill into halls, but that was interesting.
Pause being called for by Mad Lions.
Yeah.
But they get around back Cloud9. They've done the hard reset. They've restarted their brains. Now they're back.
Unfortunately, they clicked the restart button in round 1 of overtime.
Yeah.
Like that's what the 3-minute break was for. That's when you want to restart.
Maybe it's like when Windows gives you doesn't give you really an option. It just says you need to restart now.
Or when you do like a Windows update and it updates like 5 things and you restart and you come back in, it's like, oh yeah, we have like 8 more security updates for you.
I'll tell this incredible story of I used to do basic server maintenance kind of work.
Okay, that sounds exciting.
It is exciting, and you do that using this piece of software that basically, instead of you actually operating the server remotely, you're actually operating all of it through just sort of pictures being loaded. So you're not literally logged into the server. It's just all transmitting pictures, and as a result, it feels really irresponsive. Like if you click any menu or anything,
Takes
it's like,
you a couple seconds.
Yeah, you click and then it comes down. You click again. I wish I could remember what the software is called.
This feels like an ancient software.
It is ancient. It'll come to me at some later point. But anyway, when you're working on like Windows Server, I think it's like 2000 or something edition, what could happen is you could log in, and if the server needed to be restarted due to an update, that could pop up at like in the middle of you doing something, and you could just automatically click the button.
You go to click a menu, and then the restart thing pops up exactly where you're going to click.
And you just lay waste the whole company. It's just like, whoop, all the server is gone. Just restarted. That's not good.
And that's why Anders is in esports.
Yeah. Do that one too many times.
And they start to not appreciate it. Oh, Sonic is feeling it. That is the play you make when you've got the hot hand. And this is now 2 rounds in this overtime. The first in this one where they might get punished. Good return. That's an important rebuttal from OC to keep things even.
Oh, Bubsky, they nearly line up for him. He's going to get the 1 kill. Floppy. That's such a critical return. He's low on health, and we'll see. Mad Lions, no swift response or anything. It's going to be a 3-on-3 here. Cillian coming back with the bomb, leading Floppy. He's picked up the AWP. Could he make up for the fact that Sonic is dead is the question. That's going to be a hard role to try and take over at this point in time.
Molotov is going to give him a few precious seconds to rotate over to a different part of the bomb site. Unfortunately, this one is going to be smoked off as well. You would imagine. And Floppy is going to have a decision to make. Doesn't turn from the flashbang. Does he want to step in front? Position is given away. Oh, he had the chance. That was a perfect flashbang. Missed the shot. Now it's going to have to be a bit of fortune. Lady Luck on his side if he wants to peek and try and stop the plant. Good nade damage coming in from Cloud9, but a tough 3-on-3 retake. Again, retaking with 2 ops.
They do have a Molotov on MOTM. It's hard to find the right angle, but if he can, this would be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be all the way from construction to the back of Dark, but look at who's just hiding behind the pillar of Cillian, not running into any line of sight here, still just staying hidden back there. And they're going to try and see if they can maybe find a kill to set it all up. Orbs peeking first, and they get sprayed absolutely down. 17-16. Mad Lions winning 2 out of 3 rounds in overtime on the T side, which might not seem like a lot, but that is devastating the Cloud9.
Well, interestingly enough, you pointed it out during regulation. I think it was only one time during the entire second half when Cloud9 was on the CT side did Mad Lions make it into a site and get a plant. We actually got to see the retake. The double op was so effective in regulation that we never had to really see its weakness, just the one time. And we see it again here in overtime. Once the bomb site is taken and you have 2 AWPs, how are you clearing out all these corners? How are you clearing, both, triple new box and dark? How are you clearing out grill? Yeah. How are you clearing out B? You don't have, the proper weaponry to actually accomplish that.
I think some of that was relying on the idea that maybe the Molotov could have forced someone all the way out behind new box or something, and maybe you could pick them up as they come running. Second half overtime coming up. Now it's Mad Lions on the CT side, and man, Cloud9 need to go on a run. 3 in a row is what they would need, which, I mean, at this one, it is so rough to try for them to try and get that. What did they get, 5 rounds in regulation on the T side?
Yeah. It's not an insurmountable task.
It can be done, but they're never going to run out of money, Mad Lions. Which was actually a problem they were struggling with on their CT side, right? At least some of the time.
Yeah, at least in the early stages when Cloud9 went on that nice little run. They eventually figured it out. This B defense for Mad Lions, though, Cillian had one of the best CT half of anyone on Mad Lions. He was great. Here it comes. He's right behind the smoke, spraying. He gets a bit fortunate. Roy's boosted up with 1 more. Now he's going to back off. And listen, Mad Lions is very happy to play retake on this B bomb site. Cloud9 a bit more tentative to actually move into the bomb site itself.
Almost surprised that Roy didn't throw down another smoke there just to hold them back. I guess maybe he thought they were already crossed. A lot of damage on Floppy, but he still gets the bomb down. 4 on 3, and as you were mentioning, some of the retakes here from Mad Lions have been very good, especially the speed bomb side. They've been strong, but Shush goes down. Now Sonic just picking up the kill before the retake is even on. Now they Molotov this path, and that's so much time off the clock. Mad Lions, this is going to be a very, very close call. They still have a smoke for the defuse if they need it, but they're going to have to get through somehow. A bit of a chance here. They smoke off and no one's out there, and they just get absolutely sandwiched in. This little choke point here, they've got no chance. Nice shooting from Sonic. Triple for him, and they're going to be at 17. That was a huge round to win.
Yeah, that was a great way to get started. Cloud9 just bullying their way into that B bomb set. And that Mad Lions defense, bit gimmicky. One boost, one right behind the smoke. No one actually in the bomb site. No real crossfire setup, and it almost worked out. But that's a good 3 versus 5 victory for C9 attacking towards B.
That's one of those rounds that they had a really hard time winning in regulation. Now we've got to push down the middle. This worked fantastically well for Bubsky in one of the rounds and flashed in. He's turning around and this guy kept shooting at him. Surely he's going to be going down. Eco will get the revenge frag, and that's on OC. And Sonic is low on health. Oh man, that actually worked one more time. And again, I thought he was going to die way quicker than that. Bubsky.
Some much more engaged Mad Lions defense than I recall from regulation. They had that aggressive stacks in middle early on in the CT half before OT, but they weren't actually peeking down mid. This time they want to get involved in it. Timing sucks for Acorn. Floppy needs to clear to his right. He doesn't. The bomb is dropped. There's a time for this, and Shush is delivering all 3 kills inside of the pit. What a stand for him, and he's given Mad Lions one chance to close out the map.
Oh man. Cloud9 surely will find a way to extend it to double OT. Again, look at Sonic. He's 34 and 21. OC is 28 and 18. No, surely not.
They're going to lose, Anders.
Don't be saying it, Jason.
You can feel it. I can feel it.
I can, unfortunately, but I don't want to believe it. I want Cloud9 to fight this. This has been really playing a great game. I don't want it to end like this. They had a chance themselves to close it. They were 15-14, and they just couldn't find a way. Deep grenades will touch no one on the Cloud9 side. And a very weak bomb side, at least for the next 10 seconds, and then it should recover a little bit. They're going to leave A-Core out on that half wall with the AWP, and rotate Cillian and Roy back in that window is closed.
Cloud9's in for a rude awakening. Going for a waterfall out of halls. There's 4 defenders here. Shush is going to get the first kill. Sonic makes it difficult, and holy hell, they've done it. They're not. I'm the one in for a rude awakening. We're going to get double overtime. That was perfect.
It was, but it was also. I bet if you go back and if you could do like a, a 4-way picture-in-picture for each player there for Mad Lions, you'd see 4 players more or less all not mentally ready. Like they were in the right positions, but not actually thinking that anyone would come through.
Ironically, that is the same exact strategy that Mad Lions used on round 30 of regulation to take the first overtime. Acorn's actually doing a pretty decent job of getting some tags. He is going to go down. 18-18.
Wow.
22 is now the magic number as we switch into double OT.
Yeah, we keep going. Good job on Cloud9. I will say this, though. I mean, it's so weird because it wasn't like they were all in the right position, but they were flashed, and as a result, they were all killed. They were all in the right positions, but none of them were mentally thinking, all right, I'm just about to have a fight. It's like they were all just separately looking different ways. So that was a weird way to lose a round if you're Mad Lions.
Yeah, and the 4-man stack, the 2 players on the wrap side, the other side of mid towards Spawn Arch, were actually pushed up towards Cubby. They were at the corner, so they also weren't there to cause any kind of distraction or just kind of spin over and look towards halls or lane. Man, every time it feels like Cloud9 is out of it, they find some new little trick up their sleeve.
Yeah, they hold on one more time. This is
one more time.
One more, yeah, Daft Punk.
Yeah.
All right.
Always.
I don't know. I don't know what it'll take now. The problem is when you're this deep into it, I don't envy the in-game leaders that have to try and run through, you know, now up to 36 rounds. We have to think like, oh, what's going on? What worked? Did we do this already?
This is, I think, where most of the game plan starts to get thrown out the window. It's been put to the test a couple times, and it's either been found to be successful or lacking. But at this point as well, like everyone kind of knows the game plan that each other have come into this game, and you kind of start to see the tendencies for that individual match.
You get into that GB James type call.
Yeah. Yeah, which is good for Floppy.
It could be.
If he can get himself hard.
It could. Well, I mean, he's been, I think, a little bit underperforming.
Yeah,
not playing badly, but just, you know, given the level of expectation.
Maybe he's got a fluffer over there in the C9 house. It's like, oh, you got a 3-minute break. Let's get the job done. Get you ready to go.
The kind of possibilities that we don't think about when we're in the studio. But yeah, maybe it's true. That could be
really angling for my Pornhub sponsorship. That's what I'm trying to do.
They might give you a call, Jason.
Let's hope so.
Show you they already have your account and everything. So
yeah, they know everything.
Too much.
They probably know more about me than I know about me.
Yeah. A-Core saw that coming. He had, I think, Roy there to put out the Molotov and was hoping that someone would go for a swing. Instead, that's not really happening. Bomb is really far back, so this might just be Cloud9 saying, let's go for the mid control first, and then we'll swing back for Banana a little bit later on. Because the bomb is still far back, so I think, yeah, just wanting the mid control. And Mad Lions is hearing all of this inside of the bomb site.
Ooh, they're going to step in front of that. Azillion's lucky to be alive. Shush covering him. But again, I mean, 4 players here, and this time 3 are focused on holes in lane. Cloud9, it looks like they tried to want to run something very similar to the previous round, and they've got stopped cold.
Sure, she knows that someone is out there. It's OC with the AWP. I say that's a pretty risky fight for him to take, even with the smoke being up. And now that it's gone, it's definitely going to get worse. JT's pushed up all the way against the Haycart. See, attempted flick there, but OC unable to connect. Now they're going to try and see if they could do it, but there's still 3. There's a 3-way crossfire if they come in. If they lose the first fight here, Cloud9, I think they'll probably lose everything.
Here we go. They know Shush. They haven't seen the second player in pit. They found him. Look how blind Azillion is that whole run, but they're surviving just fine. Crossfire is set up, sight and pit. OC can do nothing with that off, and neither can Floppy. 19-18.
That was close. He was so flash running into it. If Shush doesn't get the kill from pit, they could all be dead.
Yep, they probably lose that.
Actually, much closer than I was expecting for a minute there.
4 kills for Shush in the round. He's up to 26 kills, 23 deaths.
He had a very rough start on CT side pit because he ended up alone there so many times. 19-18.
Well, I mean, ironically, I guess not really ironically, but maybe a bit unfortunate for us, is kind of the 2 players that we talked about for Cloud9 coming into this game that we mentioned kind of had to have a good game that we've seen so much from in the past. Floppy, rough start. He's picking it up as we go. The other one that you mentioned was MOTM. You mentioned, not me.
I'll own it. I've been excited about his play, but you're right.
I think that's what's kind of sustaining Mad Lions through a lot of this, is just individually, Mad Lions have all 5 players 20 kills and above. Everyone's kind of, doing enough.
10 kills in 37 rounds.
Yeah, that's not a good clip.
You don't want that.
Rate. No.
He's almost about to average 1 kill every 4th round if he can get to 40.
It's not great.
It's not what you're looking for.
No.
Well, let's see.
It's fine though. Like, here's as much as we kind of just took a dump on him a little bit there. You're in double overtime. Now it's no longer about Jesus Christ.
What?
It's not about how many kills you get at this stage. It's you have 3 rounds per half in these overtimes. Find a way to have an impact in one of them. Find a way to win your team one of these rounds. Whether it's a single entry, whether it's a double kill, whether it's a clutch.
Just checking it. This is so dangerous. He's got no backup there at all. Now he's going to know the flashbang is there. Can they run him down? MOTM, not quite going to be able to do it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this mentally you have to stay in the game so that you can have that impact when your moment arrives. They're flashing A-Core around the corner. The smoke is not going to do much to really block him off. I think you just reposition around that. Bobsky will be forced back, and it looks like they want to end up going for the speed bomb site, which they almost have to do now. Yeah, they don't have any more smokes either. They just put one down at CT spawn. They have to utilize this, and they've only got the 1 flashbang with 2 Molotovs. I don't know what the response is, but you have to go through. As soon as the smoke clears, your smoke for CT spawn is going to be gone. Here we go. Flashbang, Roy, they line up in front of him, but he doesn't know it. He was inside of the smoke, and Aiko just jumping to stay alive. Only 35 seconds. Roy goes down, and Aiko, he was trying to be very sneaky, but that doesn't really work out. And they take down Shush as well. This has worked out incredibly well. Cillian sprays to the smoke, and he nearly got that kill. And now it's going to be Bubsky showing up, and somehow we're in a 2-on-2. I don't even know how. As Cillian, the smoke is fading, and he can't see MOTM. There was the one important kill that we were talking about. Can he get the other one? Bubsky takes more than one. MOTM just walks right into it. You don't want to be doing that. Bubsky tapping the card and holding it. He was just gambling on the fact that JT wouldn't call him on it. It'll be Cloud9 to win the round, but my God.
What a battle. What a grind to get into that site.
I saw you almost facepalm.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just finished the conversation about MOTM saying just find a way to win your team the round. Doesn't matter the amount of kills. That is an ill-advised swing for that fight. That's too much trying to be the hero. He can just back off Coffins and go around the corner, or just sit crouched and stay at Coffins. And you have a setup where 2-on-1 with the bomb planet should be impossible to lose. He gave a chance over to Mad Lions.
Wow, they smoked and double made OC down to 4 health. That is incredibly aggressive.
Yeah, but I think it's great utility usage, obviously. They've gotten a lot for it, but man, have you used a lot of your nades early on in this round. A minute and 20 seconds. The CT side has 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs remaining in their hands.
I actually love that setup. You're right, it could backfire, but
it's a lot of resources given up.
You wonder what is the acceptable outcome for Mad Lions? Is it getting a kill, or is it doing a lot of damage to 3 instead of just 1 player? I don't know what the math is on that before it starts to make sense. OC could still be dangerous in the round.
It might be frustrating now because they don't know, but if there's a sequence where OC just actually walks into a bullet that goes through his teammate's legs, or through his leg itself, like that's when you're like, all right, great, we've done the damage. I think what they've done with it is pretty acceptable down the stretch.
Look at Mad Lions. They lost the B-bomb side last time with this double setup, so they've called in a Cillian early, and it's a huge gamble. They don't know what's happening right now at top mid at all. Bubsky and Shush are going to have to stay tall here. They line up in front of a Cillian. There was a perfect call to get him over here, and Roy will follow it up, and no chance for OC. Low on health or not, he was always going to go down 20-19. Mad Lions the first half of the second overtime.
22 is the magic number as well, so just a couple away for Mad Lions to take this opening map, and Cloud9. They're going to switch to the CT side, though, and this is where we're going to have to see. Do they still want to go into the double op setup? Because obviously it delivered them great success, but you started to see the weaknesses now that Mad Lions, again, have come a little bit alive on their T sides, are able to crack into the bomb sites. You're seeing the struggles of that double op setup when they're forced to retake the B in a 3-on-3.
You wonder, I mean, I don't know. The problem is they really haven't been playing so well, Sonic and OC, but if you have even one round, right, where let's say you do go for that banana push and they don't get the grenades, downright perfectly. Yeah. And you just explode through the smoke and kill one of the AWPers, then you win a round almost for free. And the fact that hasn't happened even once yet is almost a little bit of a mystery to me. But it could definitely be the case, right? You could do the same on the Arch. You could probably guess someone's going to be playing that Arch at one point here. Yeah. You could try and speed it up and just hope to get the right flashbang, the right smoke combo.
The right timing while they're peeking something. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I think we got someone with a bathroom break, which I guess fair play.
We do.
Why not? I don't know. This has gone on for a while. Again, Nuke is the second map picked by Mad Lions.
Yeah, which is even more so. You have to imagine they're going to feel very comfortable in that. So if you're Cloud9, it's got to be, especially as the underdog, if you have this chance to take that first map, you need to be able to close it out. And they've already obviously given away, I think they've only had one chance to close this map out in regulation. So, I mean, you've missed that opportunity. Give yourself a chance here in the second half to close this map out. Because if you drop a close affair like this going into Nuke, and then you lose that map, you're going to be looking back on this and say, that was the one. We just had to take that map. We had every chance.
No AWP on A-Call. And not for lack of money. Does that even already signal some more speed behind it?
Maybe a timing hit. Both of these teams have had success in overtime and down the stretch of this map, with timing hits towards hulls or timing hits at the B bomb site when they notice a rotation. JT blinded. Good shot from Sonic as Bubsky comes through the flames.
Yeah, absolutely important. Saving JT potentially there. Just gonna go for the fight and we'll take down a Cillian. And now this top banana defense is looking really good. JT makes this escape through the smoke. A-Call none the wiser.
Sonic and JT played that so perfectly
Yeah.
together. The cohesion that they just had in this round was phenomenal between utility usage, getting JT out safely, finding 2 kills. That is impressive stuff.
Nico waiting around, hoping that that top of the sandbags play to look over the smoke was going to get him at least a kill to get them back in the round. Now, it is going to be very, very tricky. They need to probably win both these fights right here at the bomb site without any reply. And with the boost going on, that's going to be near impossible. And it will be. Sonic, another triple kill, 39 on him. He is playing a great game right now.
Imagine getting 40 kills and losing.
It's been done.
It has been done.
I'm sure Simple will have been there a couple of times.
Sending him a message privately. It's like, listen, bro, just keep your chin up.
What was the... I think I learned about Electronic from his game on Cobblestone, where he had like 72 kills and they still lost.
Oh, that was way back when. That was pre-Flipside, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that's when I was like, I gotta check out this player.
Yeah, gotta keep my eye on this one. Well, they know where JT's been playing, so this is entirely designed to just flush JT out and get that kill. And mission accomplished. And that's pretty bold for how good utility's been for C9 and Banana. They went right at it, and they just said, we know JT is going to the sandbags. We know he's going to be there, and we are going to rip his head off.
And if not for the Molotov, they might have continued against Sonic. They might have even said, like, you might have...
Oh, dear.
Wow, that's the second grenade. The first one came on top of the building, and that actually does bring them down quite low. Floppy?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Fall back.
They might have the timing of this. Sonic is out in the open. He's exposed for the moment, and now he's in a position that's going to get smoked off. So again, it's going to have to be a retake. And just as he drops his smoke into the choke point, it's not going to matter. Here we go. Another retake with 2 AWPs.
He nearly got that. Wow. The bomb will be planted here. They have a smoke and 2 Molotovs on the CT side. Still a smoke on A core, and that one smoke can be so annoying. If he just puts that up against CT spawning, and how are they going to try and run through? Then they all have to come through construction, or
this round's over.
Really cross their fingers. Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? And for Mad Lions, that will be putting them once again at map point here. They're really thinking about it, but Cloud9, I don't see this really working out. They're throwing a lot of grenades in there. Floppy trying to come through. Sonic with a kill. OC going down. Sonic just keeps going, and finally, he's on his own in a 1 versus 3, and that's just not going to happen. Great round coming out here from Roy with a double kill. Mad Lions at 21-20.
It's the problem with leaving an AWP alone at that B bomb site. As Floppy rotates away, the Opper is always going to be in a position to where he's going to be smoked off, right? Like, think of where an Opper can play in that B bomb site. That is the one very difficult issue of leaving him alone, because you're going to be at Coffins, which can be smoked off. You're going to be at the spawn angle, which is going to be smoked off. You can play triple, that's usually going to get Molotov. You can play dark, that's going to get Molotov for sure.
A-Core looking to fight Sonic, in fact. He's up on top of the half-wall, up until the woodlogs, looking over the half-wall. Looked like there was a huge opportunity there. I'm surprised he hasn't taken more damage himself. Sonic is on the other side, going to take a shot and just fall back. But he's once again alone, which we don't like at all.
That's just so tough to manage. I mean, Sonic has, what, 41 kills in this game, so he's been delivering, so maybe he can give us another one. I just think the positioning is going to be very rough here in overtime. Good shot. Bubsky wanted the challenge. He hasn't had great success towards that B bomb site. He's been naded a bunch in Banana, but when he's challenged into the bomb site, I think he's had a really tough time finding those kills, finding those picks for his team. And look at this stack at the A bomb site for Cloud9. Mad Lions coming right at it.
And this should work out. They don't have a lot of grenades on the Danish side, so it's going to be hard to throw them all perfectly. I mean, you want to save some for the actual bomb site. That one is going to maybe put JT out of business a little bit. On the other side, though, OC will pick up the first kill in the Cillian, and turning for it. MOTM does not want to get flashed, and they can't even really make it out. A-Core gets one, but that is not enough. The rest of them trying to get out of the apartments, and they shouldn't have even a chance to do it. Shush, low on health, and it'll be triple overtime, just like that.
Triple OT. This is, what a battle between these two squads. I'm really loving this first map.
It's like the stakes just keep going higher and higher. The eventual disappointment is going to be massive for whoever loses.
Yeah, well, they're going to get a chance to think about it. They've got 3 minutes now to just sit there and think about how much this means. We're heading to a break, and we'll be right back.
return once again here with the never-ending story between Mad Lions and Cloud9. We just keep going.
Yeah, where's the flying dog?
I don't know.
Where's the scary wolf?
Yeah, you seen
the
that?
Talking Mountain?
I used to love that movie.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's my first, actually, you know what? Let's not go there.
All right.
21-21. Triple overtime. Magic number
awkward.
25. Only if you make it awkward, Anders.
I love doing that. Double orb is back, obviously, for Cloud9. It would almost, I think, be heretical if they didn't pick up the double orb at this point. You have to do it. OC and Sonic have been playing a sick game with those rifles. Quick top mid control for Mad Lions, and they're going to keep running, trying to put some speed behind it. And OC is waiting behind that smoke. It's very, very risky for him to do much of anything. He's flashed through against 3 people waiting, and he is definitely dead immediately. Bomb, though, down inside of the site. MOTM is gone. Next Floppy, it's all on him, and his feet are on fire at the same time, making it a very unfair fight. Roy, heads up play. A-Core as well will get it, and a follow-up. And I think the speed is really, just like they did at Top Banana against JT, that's a good solution right now for Mad Lions on the T side.
Well, I think that's one of the awkward rounds as well, where it's just unfortunate it's called this time, because we've seen this strategy previously from Cloud9 on the defense, but it was Floppy waiting inside that smoke for the pop flash. Obviously, the AWP is way more unwieldy to come through that smoke.
Yeah, that was a difficult play to make work.
Still, I mean, you're right. It would be really weird seeing Cloud9 not having a double up, because it's the defense they've used throughout this game. They never had money issues during regulation that forced them away from a double up setup. Now in overtime with 16K, you obviously have no problems for money.
Yeah, you just want to keep going with it. Well, let's see. They've slowed it down a bit. Looks like they might be double-naded again out here in Banana. That was, in regulation, was working out amazingly well. The grenades actually fall a bit short this time. Bubsky and A-Core were both waiting around, but none of them take any damage really from it. Floppy, OC, and MOTM all about to basically be at that quad corner.
Well, Sonic and JT about to both be smoked off.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this defense goes. And those 3 players in lane, in quad, that's a long way to rotate over to the B-bomb site, so it's going to be plenty of times for Mad Lions to be able to set up. There's the smoke towards spawn. That's going to block off JT. He drops a Molotov. Sonic has pushed through, so he's all alone, and this feels like a one and done.
JT comes in to try and help him out. He desperately wanted to help out his old player. Bubsky with a headshot. Oh, dear. Floppy, he gets the one, but they need a lot more to even dream of it, and A-Core will shut it down before it even becomes a question here. MOTM and OC, there's nothing they could do. That was, I think, Sonic probably wanted to play by new boxes back there, but that was Molotov, so he had to push forward. And then JT was like, all right, well, my old player is about to be point-blank range alone, and I have to do something to help out.
Okay,
Nice.
Here we go. 2-on-2. MOTM's got the opening kill. Smoke down. It's desperation. He's got to just stick the defuse. At OC blind, he's going to go for a late peek and support. Unfortunately, Shush is just too damn good. He had the lineup perfectly. Not even an issue finding the diffuser inside of the smoke. 23-21.
That was actually way closer than I was expecting. That's the kind of scenario you can easily screw that up. I even wondered for a second if they even heard the defuse coming through. I even wondered if they were aware of it, but good turnaround. I mean, for a retake, that was pretty much not even a conversation. That was actually pretty good for Cloud9.
I mean, it was a 2 versus 4, I think. Almost able to make it happen.
Losing 2 out of 3 rounds so far on the CT side, though not that great. OC walking up, he's got some backup here, but they're going to be close and quick about it, and Shush will line up a double kill, make it a triple. They've done that successfully almost every single time, actually every single time Cloud9 up until that point, and Shush absolutely spanking them.
They lined up. That was so delayed, and I mean, you could just see Mad Lions that it's almost like they're impatient. They've really picked up the pace. A lot of these rounds have been very fast, rushing to a point and attacking. Okay.
What the fuck?
I think he knew he wasn't getting anywhere. He's just denying kills.
I don't know. I have no idea what just happened.
He wasn't winning that round.
No?
It's the classic, haha, got you, you can't kill me.
Lol. Maybe he was...
Who's the real winner now?
Maybe he was trying to rocket jump himself, like grenade jump himself through.
Okay.
It's like, I'll throw this grenade in the smoke and I'll jump on it.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's tried this in Counter-Strike.
Now we know why people haven't.
Yeah.
Wasn't successful.
That's the thing. It's like a public service announcement. He's like, this doesn't work, guys.
Yeah. Tested it. I can't believe they might lose this. I really can't believe it. One more round for Mad Lions out of the next 3. And Sonic at 42 kills. OC at 33.
43 kills on Sonic. He killed himself.
Oh, yeah. MOTM, one good opening. The wide swing for Roy could have very well done it. Molotov actually, it doesn't quite block them. They can still make it inside, I think. Bubsky going down. Chaos all across the map. JT leading the charge in there. Shush will take down Floppy. So, still, a lot of trouble in the B-bomb side. I don't know what A-Core would have to do to win this.
What A-Core does best. Do something really, really stupid that nobody expects. Something crazy. He's got utility as well. He's got smoke, Molotov, flash, and nade. What about a run boost? What if you run boost in?
That's a good idea. They should definitely do that. Again, they have all the money in the world, so there's no point in really doing much of saving. I like the Molotov and the HE to try and basically force him into the HE grenade. Shush, though, feet are on fire, running out of yellow, taking down OC, and now back at it. He's going to go straight for the defuse, and there's no point in doing anything but faking it.
Oh, no.
He's just going to go straight. Oh, 1 second left, and he gets the kill. Sonic saving his team for the 20th time in this game. Oh, man.
That was so close. I cannot believe Sonic let it get that deep into the defuse.
I did not even realize there was a smoke up towards Banana.
Yeah.
I actually thought he had, maybe one single chance to fake it, and that was it. But with the smoke up, sure, go straight for it.
Still, holy hell. Mad Lions 1 round away from taking this map. 2 more chances.
And that looked like it was a sure round for Cloud9, and then it looked like it almost just went away. OC, not touched by the fire, but that double scope is making me very nervous. He's going to get A-Core anyway. What a crazy fight. A lot of damage in return, though. MOTM nearly dead, and they've got to be very careful they don't give away this lead. JC also definitely touched out there.
Look at the HP. They're coming right through this. There's the pop flash. There are the footsteps as well. Double pit. Bomb is dropped all the way back at T-ramp, so OC is going to go throughout that. He's going to be cautious.
Look at Asilian and Roy.
Yeah.
You know what?
This is a risky rotation, but I like it.
I mean, it could be what wins them the map. Right here. They've got 4 people at the bomb site. Cloud9 definitely not going to be expecting that. Flashing their way through Asilian, calling it out. He's hearing it every step. They have basically a triangle setup inside of the A bomb site. This is going to be so rough. Cloud9, they're walking into a huge trap right now, and the gamble might be paying off. Sonic, 1 more kill. 34 right now. Make it 35. He's going to keep going. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, 46. I keep getting it wrong, but 40 seconds left. Bobsky, they know. MOTM, 1 good kill there. I cannot believe it. A triple kill, sorry, to land him on 46 kills.
How is this happening?
I don't know. They should have lost that round.
Yeah, it feels like it. That was a perfect read from Mad Lions, and even though they were a man down, you'd think with 4 members defending the A bomb site, it's weird. We've seen this from Mad Lions a couple times though, where they have the right call, they have the right lead, and the setup just doesn't work.
I mean, this is so outrageous with the kind of setup they had there. It's just unbelievable. MOTM. Gonna have to use that smoke. It's annoying, but better than burning alive. Can they push us into what? Quad overtime? Oh, he dodges the Molotov and the HE there. Gonna be happy about not taking too much damage. And they must know that any mistake at this point in time and it's lost. And that's the entire map. It's been like that a lot. It feels like Mad Lions are almost, except for in regulation, they're the ones that are ahead in the overtimes here.
Yeah.
I just need a round.
I think they've had every chance to close it out in overtime. I think both of the first 2 overtimes they had that 1 opportunity. Now in this one they've had 3 and still struggling to do it.
Different setup defensively for Mad Lions. They've been doing a lot of boosting and playing towards CT spawn almost for retakes. Or is it going to be a fake?
I mean, not much of a fake. JT only has a smoke. And the counter utility is going to make the fake even more impossible.
That's actually incredibly rough.
This Mad Lions, oh my god, it's actually working. Bubsky's pulled away.
Yes, he
Bubsky's
is.
gone to the B bomb site. It's just these two players, and Shush has been fantastic, but oh my god, they don't even know where they want to set up inside the bomb site. Both of them are here.
This would almost have to be the element of right. 20 seconds left. Cillian, he just has to stay alive. Shush will get a kill. Oh, another one falling off, but Cillian keeps going. 15 seconds. Oh no, they tried everything, but it is not enough. They finally fall to Mad Lions in triple overtime. I just can't even believe it. They actually had the right fake. They had pulled Bubsky over. Only two people inside the bomb site, and I agree, those two people were confused.
They looked shifty before they got settled into their positions, but I mean, they've been playing pit so many times, Cloud9 had to clear that out. That is a heartbreaking way to lose. Mad Lions take Inferno. They take the first map of the series, 25-23. Cloud9 is going to go cry for a little bit. We're going to laugh, and then we'll be right back with map 2. So we'll see you there.